Yo, what is happening, guys? Undisputed Vlogs, and today we are back and we're going to be doing a tier list, as you can tell by the title. First off, I'd like to apologise for any background noise. If you can hear that, that is the rain. It's raining very heavy over here, so I apologise if that's coming up a lot on the camera. There's nothing I can really do about weather and that. But yes, if you clicked on this, you know that I will be doing my KSI tier list of his new album all over the place. I have a playlist where I did each reaction individually, and I put them in a playlist for anybody who wants to watch that. You can literally see my reaction to the songs themselves, all of them in a playlist. It's literally on my channel. But I waited just over a week, actually about 2 weeks now I think, to do this tier list because I wanted to wait and listen to each song multiple times to see which ones stuck and stayed up there and which ones slowly fell off. But without further ado, I want to get right into it. We're going to be going in order of the songs in the album, and then I'll be putting them into the tier list. The different categories that we have the top category, as you can see, which it might be messed up a bit because the tier list being a bit of an ass, but as you can tell, it's called Blast That Sheesh. Blast That Sheesh, because that's top tier. Then we got Put It On Repeat, which it's not, blast that shit, but it's Put It On Repeat. Then we got Album Song, which is, it's just an album filler. It's a good song, but it's not one of the top tier songs. And then we have This Ain't It. I decided to only do 4 categories because a lot of these songs, I would put them in so many different categories. If I would actually separate all the songs, I'd have about 10 categories. So I'm going to explain them as I go along. So without further ado, let's do it. The first one up is The Moment, KSI Alone. I'm going to put that in Put It On Repeat. The reason it is not in Blast That Sheesh is I just don't think it is a top tier song. It is a good song, a very good song, but I just don't think it's top tier song. That's just me. After listening to it for about a week, I listened to it on repeat, but it's not one that if it played 10 times in a row, I would eventually get sick of it. It's one of those songs, if I play 10 times in a row, I would eventually get sick of it. Moving on. Number 2, featuring Future and 21 Savage. I'm also going to put that in, Put It On Repeat. Now, I liked Future's part of the song. I don't listen to Future, I don't listen to 21 Savage. Future did his bit on this song, I enjoyed it. KSI did his bit on this song, I enjoyed it. The reason it is actually not in the top tier is because of 21 Savage. I personally think 21 Savage had the weakest part on the song. That I know a lot of people think KSI had the weakest part on the song, or a lot of people think 21 Savage had the best verse on the song, which is fair enough. I'm just not a big 21 Savage fan. That's not my type of style. Then again, I'm not a big fan of Future, but he did really well in that. But yeah, I just think 21 let it down a little bit, so it dropped off into Put It On Repeat, which is still good because I still listen to it on repeat, so it's still good. Patience, featuring Youngblood and Polo G. That is going to go on repeat. When it first came out, it would have been on Blast That Sheesh, but I've listened to it so many times now that it has to move down a little bit because it's not new anymore. Do you know those songs that you love, but as the time goes on, they slowly, they don't fall off. They'll never be terrible. They will always be good, but they're not as catchy as they used to be because you've listened to them that many times. That's Patience. So I'm going to move it down. But when it first came out, it definitely would have been in top tier. But because of the length of time it came out, it will be down, Put On Repeat. You, a KSI solo song. Now, this is the first one that's going to be going on Blast That Sheesh. It's going in there. I said when KSI Holiday came out, I thought that was KSI's best solo song ever. See, after this, I think it moved to 2. I personally believe, in my personal opinion of what I like, You is KSI's best solo song. I've listened to it so many times, and it's so good. The reason I think it's his best is because there's so many songs that KSI does his bit on. Solo songs as well. But a lot of them up until this album just sounded the same. Where he did something different with this album. And that's why I liked Holiday so much. It was different. And then You was took the Holiday route. But it was more you wouldn't say melodic. I don't know if that's the best way to explain it. But it was, I don't know, it was a bit more experimental than Holiday. But it took the same route. I genuinely believe this is KSI's best solo song ever. That and Holiday. I really do like it. So that will be the first one to go and Blast That Sheesh. Don't Play, featuring Anne-Marie. That would have been in when it first came out, Blast That Sheesh all the way. But it has been moved down to Put On Repeat. Not really much to say, except for the same as Patience. It was amazing when it came out, but I've listened to it so many times that it has to go down a little bit because it's becoming a bit stale. But if I left it for a few months and played it again, it will probably move right back up. Really Love, featuring Craig David, same thing, put on repeat. I'm going to put it right in there. It would be in top tier. I don't know if I like it as much. I'd say out of them three, Patience would be my favourite, then probably Don't Play, and then Really Love. But they would all be top tier when they came out, but they've moved down, obviously, over time. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. I feel like they've all went down a little bit because of how many times we have listened to them, or maybe it is just me. Gang Gang featuring J1 and Dino. Now, this one, I'm stuck between two. You know what? When I first listened to this one, I thought it was good. I would have put it on high album song or low, put it on repeat, because I thought it was a good song, but I didn't think it was an amazing song. But see, the more I listened to it, the catchier the chorus got to me. And then I started listening to the full thing. I think J1 did good on this song. I think Dino did good in the song. I think JJ did good in the song. I think they all did their bit. The more I listened to this song, it went up and up and up and up and up. Now, we don't have high tier and low tiers of this. We just have the tier itself. So, I'm going to put it on. I'm going to say it's in Blast That Sheesh, but I'm going to say it's the low part of it. Because it is not... The reason I'm putting low part is because I liked it when it first came out, but I wasn't like, holy shit, this is amazing. I was like, oh, this is really good when it first came out. But because my opinions changed so much on it, I don't think I can put a high tier. So, it's going to go in the top tier, but we're going to say that it's in the lowest part of the top tier because it's still climbing the ranks, or maybe it will fall off, we don't know, but it's definitely climbed there. Next up, Rent Free featuring Gracie. Okay, when this first came out, I'd say I'd keep the same thing. When this first came out, I enjoyed it. I'll put it in album song. When it first came out, I enjoyed it. I still do enjoy it. But then I watched Crip's reaction. I think he did a tape. No, he just did a reaction to the whole album. He did a reaction to the album, and I actually never noticed it. But whenever he pointed out in Rent Free that you can really hear auto-tune come through on KSI's part, as soon as he said it, I didn't recognize it, but as soon as he said it, I acknowledged it, and I said it didn't ruin the song for me, but it did knock it down a little bit. It would have been high album song. Nah, let's just say it's mid-tier, because it's still a good song. It's just the auto-tune breaking through bothers me a little bit. If I don't think about that, before that, it was a good song. Now, it's still a good song. It just bothers me a little bit. So we'll put it in album song. You know what I mean? By the way, album song is not bad. Just makes clear, every single album, no matter who it is, it could be KSI, it can be Eminem, it can literally be, I don't fucking know, Green Day, I don't know. There's going to be album songs. Album songs are not bad, they're just fillers. If you get me, they're good, but they're not the top tier songs, but they're still good. At least that's the way I feel album songs. So being an album song ain't that bad, in my personal opinion. Madness. Madness is the new Domain. Basically, I feel like we can all agree on that. I've heard a lot of people say it, and I definitely agree. It is the new version of Domain. Now, when I first heard Domain was good. Then I listened to it a lot, and it went down a little bit. Madness, I would personally take Madness over Domain. I think Domain was good, but I think Madness is like Domain on steroids, in my personal opinion. Where I'm gonna put it, and there's a thought behind this, I'm gonna put it on repeat. I'm not gonna put it in the top tier for the simple fact of it's not one that I listen to constantly, but it is one of the ones that get me the most hyped. This is not one that if I'm chilling with my friends, I would listen to constantly, but it is one that if I go to the gym, or I play basketball, or I go for a run, or I need to be hyped for whatever reason, Madness is going to be the first option to get me hyped. So I'm going to put on repeat, because some situations, it's alright, and some situations, it goes fucking crazy. So I'm going to put on repeat for that thing. I feel like that's fair. Next up is Silly featuring Bugsy Malone. Oh, okay. Do you know what? I'm going to be critical of this one. I'm going to put it in album song. A lot of people are probably being like, what is wrong with you? Putting in an album song, I'm going to explain why, right? KSI's part is good. Is it amazing? No. KSI's part is good, but it's not amazing because I feel like I've heard it before, right? So it's good, it's catchy, but it's nothing new, in my opinion. Bugsy Malone's part, I think Bugsy Malone did better on this song than KSI. That's not a diss on KSI. KSI still did his thing, but I just think Bugsy Malone came in so hard that he did better. They both did well, but Bugsy Malone did better. My main problem with this song, like I said, KSI did a flow that I've heard a few times before, and it was good, but it was nothing new, so it didn't surprise me. Will blow my mind. And then Bugsy Malone, his part was sick, but it was way too short. So I'm going to have to put it in album song, because if Bugsy Malone's part was a little bit longer and KSI's verse was a little bit different, it would be put on repeat, but it's not. Bugsy Malone's verse was too short, and KSI's part wasn't anything new. But it's still a good song. I still listen to it. I just wish a few things were different, and it would be higher on the tier list. But Flash It featuring Rico Love, I'm just going to straight up say this is an album song. When I first heard Rico Love sing, I was blown away. He's a great singer. Like, holy shit. When I first heard it, that was amazing. I actually need to check out more of his songs. But the reason I'm going to put on an album song, I think Rico Love's singing is really good, and I really enjoy that. I like KSI's verses. But the reason it's going to go an album song is because there is other songs that are in Put It On Repeat and above, that this song is good, but compared to them songs, it's not on the same level, if that makes sense. It's a good song. I like it. But it's not on the level of some of the songs above. And I have to separate it. So I'm going to say album song. But it's still a good album song. Next up is, in my personal opinion, the best song on the album. No Time featuring Little Durk. This is the best song on the album. So you know exactly where it's going. Blast that sheesh right up there. Put it right in the top tier. Best song on the album, in my personal opinion. It's just the way KSI does it. It sounds so weird. KSI does his little thing, and then he goes really high pitch, which I actually didn't know was KSI at first. I did not know on my first listen. If you watch my reaction, you'll actually see my confusion. I did not know. And usually I don't like songs where they go really high with auto-tune. But the reason I like this is because he didn't do it the entire time. He did his little part. He did the high-pitched auto-tune bit for a couple seconds, and then he went back to normal. The reason I liked it is because it was experimental. It was different. It sounded good, and he didn't overuse the auto-tune part. It was just in that little part of the course, and it wasn't the entire course, and I really liked it. Lil Durk's part was sick. I think that was the catchiest course so far, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I think that's the best album on this song. It's just one that I've listened to 30 times. Since it came out, I've listened to it every single day, quite a few times, and I still like it just as much. So, No Pressure Out is an album song. Yeah. No Pressure, album song. I love how I just straight up, as soon as I heard an album song. The reason I'm putting in an album song, again, it's a good catchy song. I don't think it's as good as Flash It by KSI and Rico. I don't think it's as good as that. And I don't think it's as good as the type that's in Put It On Repeat. Like, I don't think it's as good as, like, Really Love or, like... It's not as good as Silly. No, actually, no. No, I put it above Silly overall. It's not as good as Madness. You know what I mean? I'm going to put it an album song because, again, it is a good song. But comparing it to the ones above, it's good, but it's not on their level, so it has to go below. Holiday, blast that sheesh, get it up into the top tier. Now, I will put You above it. By the way, these are not in order in the categories. They're just randomly placed. It is his second best solo song ever. You is above it. No Time is above it. Gang Gang, would Gang Gang be above it? I'll put Gang Gang above it. Yeah, I'll put Gang Gang above it. Like I said, this isn't in order. I'll put Gang Gang above it. Just because the chorus, it has a few different styles in it because there's a few different people. But it's up there nonetheless. Sleeping with the Enemy featuring SX. Blast that sheesh. A lot of people are going to look at me real weird for this one, and I know, because it's such a different song. It's such a weird style. Like, it's such a weird song. Do you know what it sounds like? See the first part when KSI is doing it. It sounds like the song that would start off an animated movie or like a Disney show movie. Do you know those movies that were Disney, like on Disney Channel? Like, there was one called like 16 Candles or something like that with like Debbie Ryan or something like that. Those type of movies or animated movies, like Zootopia or something. I don't know why. Not the words, but like the flow of it and the beat of it just sound like it belongs in an animated movie. And I like the change. And then SX, KSI did his bit. SX, holy shit. When you look at him, his voice does not match the way he looks. It just doesn't. He looks like he would just rap, like have hard rap, but he sings like a fucking angel. Like, that's definitely top tier. I could definitely see why a lot of people would argue against that and say that that's not one of the better songs, because I definitely say I'd see more people put that lower tier than high tier, but I just like it. This is my opinion. And last but not least, Swerve featuring J1. This is the only song that's going to go in This Ain't It. Now, to straight up say, the chorus is catchy. Right? For like the first, Swerve. For the first like 4 or 5 times you say Swerve, it's catchy. See, after you say it for the 30th time, it's not catchy anymore. And the thing that actually bothers me about this song is I think KSI's verse, not the I'm horny like a rhino watching porn, take that part out. But see the part after it, I actually think that's one of KSI's catchiest verses. Call me crazy. I genuinely think it's one of my favourite verses from KSI, like just fun verses. Like it's one of his just catchiest verses, but it's on a song that is not good. And that is me being critical. The song is not good. J1 is decent. He did his thing on He did his thing on Gang Gang, right? But see Swerve ain't it. JJ did his bit. J1, I'm sorry, but you didn't do anything on Swerve. It's not a good song. I like the theme of it. I like the beat. I like KSI's verse. The flow of the chorus was good, but I didn't like the actual sound of the chorus because it was just repeating the same words. So yeah, it was a wasted KSI verse in my personal opinion. That's me being very critical. But yeah, so that's to go down. We have The Moment, put it on repeat. Number 2, put it on repeat. Patience, repeat. You, blast that shit. Don't play, put it on repeat. Really love, put it on repeat. Gang Gang, blast that shit. Rent Free, album song. Madness, put it on repeat. Silly, album song. Flash It, album song. No Time, blast that shit. Pressure, album song. Holiday, blast that shit. Sleeping with the Enemy, blast that shit. And Swerve is This Ain't It. That is my tier list. Right there. Right? That's just my tier list. It would have been different when I first heard the album. That tier list would have been quite different, I would assume. Because a lot of those songs I thought were better that dropped off. A lot of songs I didn't like as much, like Gang Gang, climbed the ranks. So, that's my tier list. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. What do you agree with? What you don't agree with? Let me know this one interesting. Let me know what one you agree with most. What did I say? What song did I put in the category that you agree with it most belongs there? And what song is the biggest disagreement? Like, what song did I put somewhere that you're like, oh no, like Sleeping with the Enemy, do you think it's This Ain't It? And do you think Swerve is Blast That Shit? Who knows? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think was the best decision I made? What do you think the worst decision I made? Because I want to have a conversation. Obviously, that's my tier list. People will have their own opinion. What you like, and it's really just as simple as that. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Like I said, have a conversation in the comments, because I like to see your opinions of everything. But yeah, if you did enjoy, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Remember to think positive and test negative. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. So, peace.